Evan, here is the continuation of your reviewer for general mathematics. For the function f of x equals x squared plus x minus 6 all over x squared plus x minus 20 for negative 6 is less than or equal to x, but x is less than or equal to 2. What are the values of x where the function will be undefined? Okay, so before we uh, identify the values which will make our function undefined, let us first factor out x squared, the numerator, x squared plus x minus 6. So it would be x minus, or it could be x plus 3 and x minus 2 all over. For the denominator, the factors of x squared plus x minus 20 will be x plus 5 and x minus 4. Okay, so as you can see, there are no common factors in the numerator and in the denominator, so we cannot cancel anything. So the question is, what are the values of x where the function will be undefined? Remember that this function becomes undefined if the denominator becomes 0. So we will avoid the values of x that will make the denominator 0. So to find those values of x, then we just have to equate the first factor, x plus 5, to 0. So we have x is equal to negative 5 here, and the other factor, so x minus 4 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 4. So this negative 5 and positive 4 are the values of x that will make the denominator 0 and will make the whole function undefined. But according to our condition, we just have to identify the numbers between negative 6 and positive 2 that will make the denominator 0. So only negative 5 satisfy this condition here. So therefore, we only have one answer for the question, and that is negative 5. Okay, for this next question, complete the table of values of the rational function. So to complete this table of values, we have to substitute the assigned values of x here for we have to substitute these x values of x in the whole function here. So first we have negative 1, this one. So we have f of negative 1 equals negative 1 over negative 1 plus 1. But negative 1 plus 1 is 0. And since the denominator is 0, then the whole function becomes undefined. So we have to put undefined here. Undefined. Okay, so we just have to abbreviate it as UND for undefined. Okay, next, if x equals 0, then we could have function of 0 equals 0 over 0 plus 1, which is 0. So we have another value here for y, or function of x, as 0. So 0. And if x equals negative 1, then We just have to clear this off. So function, or if f of 1 equals 1 over 1 plus 1, then that will be 1/2. So the function of x here on this part is 1/2. Y equals 1/2. So undefined, 0, and 1/2. Okay, next. What is the domain of what is the domain and range of function f of x equals 1 over x plus 4 in the set notation? So for the domain, we just have to avoid the value of x that will make the denominator 0, and that is -4, because x plus 4 equals 0, and solving for x, we have x equals -4. So the domain could be x such that x is an element of real number, but x could not be equal to -4. Okay, so that's the range. Oops, or that's the domain, I should say. So ayusin ko lang, -4, then yan. And for the range, then we have to solve for it. So burahin ko muna yung mga input natin para mahanap natin yung range. So para mahanap yung range, then palitan muna natin si f of x ng y. So y equals 1 over x plus 4. Then i-cross multiply natin si x plus 4 doon sa location ni y. So we have y times x plus 4 equals 1. And distribution, so we have xy plus 4y equals 1. Then we are going to solve for x in terms of y ngayon. So ihiwalay natin yung term na may x, kaya xy equals si 4y, dalhin natin sa right side of the equation, so magiging -4y na siya. Then magbura tayo ng some other parts, so dito na lang. Then divide all by y para maiwan mag-isa yung x. So we have x equals 1 minus 4y all over y. So let's focus on in the denominator. Ito, si y hindi pwedeng maging 0 siya sa denominator dahil magiging undefined itong buong equation na yan. So therefore, ang range could be so linisan muna natin lahat ng space. So ang range therefore is y such that y is an element of real number, but y could not be equal to 0. Yan. So that's the range of this rational function. Okay, next, given the function f of x equals 2x over x minus 1, what is the vertical asymptote of this? What is the vertical asymptote of this function? So the vertical asymptote of this function can be obtained from this denominator. Again, there should be no denominator which is equal to 0. So si denominator na x minus 1 equal natin sa 0. So, transpose x is equal to 1. So, ito dapat yung line na hindi pwedeng matouch ng graph nitong buong rational function na ito. So, the vertical asymptote is x is equal to 1. That's the answer.